Hi friends, welcome to the Wild Side. I'm Steve Hall. The challenge of climbing mountains or rocks has inspired a lot of thoughtful words, such as, it's always further, always taller, and always harder than it looks. Or, the higher you climb, the stronger the winds. But my favorite is, getting to the top is optional. Coming down is mandatory. However you describe it, whatever it is you want to climb, either physically or metaphorically, you gotta start somewhere.
This intro to rock climbing actually happened in Foster Falls inside of South Cumberland State Park.
This is a really popular rock climbing area. Foster Falls gets a lot of traffic.
When you first get there, there's this really nice wooden deck that they've built where you can look over and see the waterfall there. Once you kind of start your descent down the Fiery Gizzard Trail, there are some steps, but once you get about halfway down, it's just rocks, and you work your way down. Once you get to the bottom, you cross this long, kind of teetery wooden bridge, and when you get across, then if you want to stop and take a look at the waterfall, it's this massive waterfall. Foster Falls was amazing. I mean, that view, you can't beat that. I mean, I've been to a lot of parks in Tennessee, and I've seen a lot of things, but that's one of the best waterfalls I've ever seen.
Foster Falls is gorgeous. It's one of my favorite places in the park. It's got that big 60-foot waterfall. It's the tallest waterfall we have at South Cumberland. It's just a really great area to climb. In the summer times, you can climb and get really hot, and then you can go take a swim in the river there. And there's a lot of old growth trees. There's lots of interesting flora and fauna to look at, and some hiking trails as well. It's just an all-around great place to be. Today I taught some beginners how to rock climb and hopefully pique their interest into coming to future classes. And I would like to get even more people interested in rock climbing, because the more people interested in that, then the more money and funding that we're going to get to develop new climbing areas. And as an avid rock climber myself, that's something I'm really interested in doing.
The climb today that Ranger Justine had picked out for us, it was an interesting one. It was a good beginner route. The first of the route was definitely, it inspired confidence for a new climber.
First time doing any kind of rock climbing experience, so it's brand new to me. I haven't ever done anything like that, so I was really nervous.
I tell them how to begin, and I just let them do as much as they feel comfortable, because I don't want to push people too far when they're rock climbing, because it's a scary sport. You're up really high, you're on a rope, and it's physically challenging. So when I'm doing classes, I don't want to push people past where they're comfortable, because I want them to come back. I wanted them to enjoy the experience and really just see what is so great about rock climbing and not focus on that fear so much.
Really, I mean, as we were going down there, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it or not, because I wanted to get there and see it. It's one thing to say, oh, this is fun, we're gonna do rock climbing, and then it's another thing to get down there and say, oh, that's pretty high, or that's not so bad.
I've done a lot of crazy things because I was scared. I don't like fear to control my life. I like to be able to put fear in its box and be like, no, you ain't gonna stop me.
They were very encouraging to try to just go as far up on the rock wall as possible. So once I saw it, and I said, well, I can at least set that goal to get halfway up, because I had seen people do it and it looked like there were plenty of places to grab. I said, this is not the kind of thing you get to do every day. I mean, you can go in and do the rock walls at different places where it's indoor rock climbing, but how often do you actually get to actually rock climb? There's also that element of being outside and, experiencing those other aspects of it being wet and the rocks being cold, and trying to find what to hold on to, because it's not like, oh, this rock, and I'll just climb my way up and I can tell exactly what I'm grabbing onto. I mean, you get halfway up and you're not an expert, you don't know what to grab onto. It just looks like trying to grab onto nothing.
It's important to keep in mind that everybody is going to find that peak where they're not going to be able to get past. And so it's helpful to have a belayer who is encouraging, who is going to tell you, just push a little harder, you're going to find it. It's okay that you're taking a little extra time to find that handhold or foothold.
I wouldn't say that I gave up at all. My goal was always to get to that point where no one else could figure out where to grab. And I guess once I got up there, I was like, well, this is the place where we were supposed to go, right? This was my goal, you know? And I did try to go up a little bit higher, but it just, you know, it was difficult. You know, there wasn't a lot to grab. It was almost like the rocks said, this is where your introductory aspect ends.
Once you got closer to the top, it definitely got more challenging. It was slabby, there wasn't a lot of holds, and it definitely took a lot of confidence and a lot of skill to make it all the way to the top.
He definitely went higher than us. It's not even just, oh, he might have. No, he's definitely got the experience on us because he's been doing it for like 4 years. But yeah, Corbin, he made it all the way to the top. But he also comes in with, like I said, he's got the 4 years. He's also got climbing shoes. He's got the fancy, you know, dust to dry his hands off. You know, we're all out here with zero knowledge on the subject, and this dude's been going across Tennessee climbing, so. But I mean, yeah, Corbin did a great job. If I had more opportunity to do this kind of thing, I'd definitely like to get to that kind of level. That would be really cool.
You can climb up to our website, wildsidetv.com, for more information about Foster Falls in South Cumberland State Park.
Wildside is produced by Rockwater TV with support from Tennessee State Parks, where you can discover our state's diverse heritage through spectacular landscapes, family-friendly recreation, and affordable lodging. Tennessee State Parks, fun and adventure naturally. And with support from the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, promoting wise uses of Tennessee's agricultural and forest resources to develop economic opportunities and to ensure safe and dependable food, fuel, and fiber for all citizens.